It's more than just your output, more than a bike. When you hear your shout out, you know it's all right. Put on your magic pants and let's go. We're cruising into the power zone. Clip in, set yourself free. Come on and take a ride with me. Know what you need to know and what's it all about. Everything you need, it's on the Clip Out.
Welcome to the Clip Out Podcast, episode 453. This is Crystal O'Keefe.
And this is Tom O'Keefe.
Howdy.
Hi, we have returned from Oklahoma. Not to brag about our world travels, but we spent 36 hours in Oklahoma.
And we went to the Banjo Museum.
We did go to the Banjo Museum.
Which I didn't even know was a thing.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you this. It sounds terrible, but it was actually quite delightful.
It was. They had a whole pop culture display on banjos.
Yes.
So we got to see the Kermit the Frog from the original Muppet movie.
Yes.
Holding his little banjo.
Yes.
We got to see Steve Martin's banjo. From
Yes.
his Wild and Crazy Guy era. That's pretty cool.
It was. It was.
And then the guy who runs the museum, his name's Lucas.
Yes, Lucas Ross.
Yeah. And he's the guy who plays banjo for Kermit the Frog for like the last 10 years.
It was so cool.
And like you could see his office. It was like all encased in glass, and he had all this Muppet stuff. So I was looking in there, and I was like, "Your office looks like my office." And he's like, "Well, here, I'll show it to you." He was getting ready to leave, and
Yeah.
he showed us and told us all about how he like fell in with the Muppets, and he played banjo in Killers of the Flower Moon.
It was a really delightful, unexpected conversation.
Yeah.
And, what a great example, very much like yourself, of like headed in one direction and then not going the direction at all that you thought it was, but like ending up with this amazing life that's still in pop culture and still in entertainment world. Like it's so cool.
Yeah, he
It's
does
so
stuff
cool.
for TV locally. He's won like 3 Emmys. And then he's got this, he worked at the Banjo Museum, and then he's got this side hustle playing banjo for the Muppets.
Yeah.
And, like,
It's so fun.
yeah, he showed us a picture of him like in the studio audience, I'm putting that in air quotes, that you see in the Muppet show that Disney just put out.
They just put out.
You can see him just sitting in the audience.
Yeah,
so,
it was so cool.
Yeah.
It was so cool. Like the whole thing was just really fun.
yeah, and he like has met Steve Martin 3 or 4 times. Yeah, it was really cool.
It was.
Yeah.
It was neat. It was just unexpected, delightful conversation in the middle of the day that you would not expect in the middle of a banjo museum. Like if anybody would have been like, what do you think your day is going to look like? It wouldn't have been that.
We went there it was $7 to get
It was
in.
kind of a little bit of a joke.
We were like, it was right next to the restaurant we were eating at, and we were like, well, we have nothing else to do. We'll kind of just go laugh at the Banjo Museum. And like,
it was great.
And it totally won us over.
It did.
I'm learning to play the banjo. No, I'm not.
No, but Brian did a little ditty.
I learned to do Kermit the Frog.
Yeah.
Hi-oh. Kermit the Frog here. So what, pray tell, do you have in store for people this week?
We are going to talk about...
Oh, we forgot. When you're going to the Banjo Museum, use promo code TCO. No.
Don't do that.
You won't. You could try it.
But it won't work.
It won't get you anything.
Also, it's pretty darn cheap. Like, you don't really need a promo code.
Yeah, it's $7. You can't give the banjo guy $7?
I mean...
To look at a bunch of banjos? Come on.
We are going to talk about Peloton's new app features. We are going to talk about the newest Club Peloton class that is coming out. We are also going to talk about Peloton increasing the studio class limits that you can do, what that means, what it doesn't mean. Peloton Run Club is kicking off race week in Melbourne. We also have a lawsuit update. Again?
Update to an update to an update. And oddly enough, nothing has been updated. It's the same answer. Over
Spoilers.
and over again. Yeah.
And then we are going to talk about the newest hire that Peloton has put out that caught our eye. Not to mention, there are several stories that are about the instructors. Who's the newest movie star? Who is finally returning to America? Who else is coming to America? Who's been in People magazine this week? It's not Callie. Surprise. And then we're going to give you some details about Robin Arzon's podcast and there is a new book amongst us, not from a Peloton current instructor. So we have some past guest updates,
Okay.
artist series,
Content.
all the things.
Okay. Well,
Birthdays.
Okay, well, before we get to all that shameless plugs, don't forget we're available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, TuneIn, wherever you find a podcast. You can find us. You know that because you found us. Here you are. But while you're there, if you have not, you should take a moment to subscribe and rate and review us. It's super helpful. It's greatly appreciated. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/theclipout. While you're there, like the page, join the group. Obviously, you're supporting the show with your ears, but if you would like to support the show with your wallet, you may do so at patreon.com/theclipout. You get ad-free episodes, you get early episodes, and you get all sorts of bonus content. This week, over on the bonus, we will be talking about a Peloton tech support AMA, a former tech support staffer, took to the Reddit to answer people's questions.
He did.
And we'll give you some of the highlights of that. We'll talk product updates for your Peloton devices, and, of course, how the winter storm affected PSNY. So that and more over on the bonus. You can also, I don't know, what else do I push here? Oh, the newsletter, which I forgot to send out because I was in Oklahoma.
God, I thought I saw it. I guess I was giving you credit.
I think I forgot to send it. Now I'm like, maybe, did I send it?
I don't
I don't
know.
think I did.
Never mind.
Who knows? Yeah, but it goes out mostly weekly. You can see how much commitment we have to it. Why wouldn't you want to sign up for it?
No, we.
You can do that over at theclipout.com. And then, of course, don't forget you can watch all of these over on the YouTube, youtube.com/theclipout. So there's all that. Let's dig in, shall we?
We shall.
Peloton in the news.
We teased this a week ago, 2 weeks ago, that an eagle eye listener had noticed a chat feature in the app, and then it went away. Well, it is now back, and you can start blocking people immediately.
Here's the thing. It's only for people you follow that can see your feed or that you follow. Like it's
kind of like direct message on Twitter. Like like if
Yeah.
somebody has it locked down, you both have to follow each other to talk.
I'm not sure it's even direct message because everybody can see it, so that's a little bit misleading.
Yeah.
Like it's not really a chat feature so much as it just is the ability to comment on somebody's workout.
Gotcha.
But when you comment on somebody's workout, I don't know why you would do that randomly to a person, though there are weird people. So
I think you know.
I mean, I do know.
I think you know.
I do know. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that you can keep your profile private if this
Yeah.
isn't something you want to do. You don't
Hey,
have
girl.
to. You up?
Yeah. I am.
Oh, the days of plenty of fish. Really dating ourselves here.
I think, well, we should date ourselves. We're married. 11 years and counting. I think your experience on Plenty of Fish was a little different than mine.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call me crazy.
Knowing how men are compared to women.
Yes.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
That is. I have some stories.
Yes. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
You could not pay me enough to tell
Yeah.
those stories.
My stories are like, I messaged somebody and they didn't write back. Just say that like 500 times. That was my experience.
Oh, the irony that I messaged you first.
Yeah. All's well that ends well. So anyway, the chat feature. Remember when we were talking about Peloton?
Yeah. So now when you follow people, you can see their workouts. You can give them encouragement. Maybe they're celebrating a milestone. You can congratulate them. But it's all out there. It is on iOS and Android. So that's nice that it's on both.
Yeah, that is, since they normally you don't get both at the same time.
It's true.
So that is
true.
a little bonus.
Yeah. And I believe you can do all this on the equipment too. But I actually don't know. I've never tried.
Yeah.
So I could be wrong about that.
Yeah, that sounds even harder to sit there and try and
Yeah, I
type
guess
out a message.
afterward. Yeah, that's true. I
Yeah.
don't know. Oh, that sounds. Yeah, you're right. That sounds
Yeah.
awful.
Well, you can now get chat messages from the Cheer Fairy. Here's an old-timey reference for
How
people.
is Lisa Carlson doing?
Yeah. So Club Peloton has a new exclusive live class. I won't say for people, for some people.
Yeah, but you know what's interesting about this?
What
First
is
of all,
interesting about this?
they jumped right over the gold people. So they did one for legend, they did one for champions. They seem to have skipped right over gold and gone to silver.
Yeah.
The interesting part, though, is that it's not just for the silver people. It's for silver and above. So now they got a lot of shit. I don't know if this is a change going forward.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a change only for silver. I have no idea. I'm very curious to
Yeah.
see. I'm also curious why there was no gold. And it's kind of interesting. This is the first time they're going to have a German instructor leading one of these, and the class will be in German. So that's also interesting because you're taking the class live. There's no live subtitles, right? So
Right.
The idea is to be able to get shout outs, but that's going to be difficult when I guess you could still get a shout out because it's not like this is going to be taught by Charlotte. It's not like she doesn't know how to speak English. So she
Right.
can still give shout outs in all the languages. But I just thought it was interesting. And it was also interesting that Peloton didn't say that the class was listed in German.
Yeah.
Like not a lot of times, when a class is in another language, it specifies it. And this time it didn't. So I actually reached out to Charlotte because I was like, is this class in English? Because
Yeah.
it looked like it was. And she was like, no, it's in German. I think they've updated it since then because
Gotcha.
when I brought that to her attention, she was like, oh.
Yeah, she's like, I'm going to piss off a lot of people. Or however you say piss off in German.
She's so delightful to talk to and very responsive in messages. So hopefully there will be a lot of people that show up, though, because it is in German. And
Yeah.
I want to make sure we support all of our instructors. So I hope that people are able to take this class. Oh, are you going to talk about the other part that's on the notes?
No, I'm going to let you talk about it.
Okay. I didn't know if you were going to cue it or if I just got to do it myself.
Hey, there's another part in the notes.
There's also a new feature here that we did talk about this a couple weeks ago, that suddenly you can see like instead of saying just champion on mine, it says champion 25,000 points.
Yeah.
But now on the leaderboard, it shows that too. So instead of just showing like champion, really just the little emblem of whatever color you are, now it says above your leaderboard, it says the level and it says what you are. So I don't know if that's going to be, I have a feeling that's going to lead to something soon, that
Yeah.
like there's going to be tiers that are going to be coming out and there might be different awards or something like that, some other benefit for people. But I just thought it was interesting that they suddenly are highlighting that in a way that they weren't before.
I heard it's also going to start showing your credit score. Is that true?
No, that is dating apps, though. That's another interesting conversation because dating apps now show, I told you about it.
Yeah.
Now dating apps are showing your credit score because they are trying to find ways to find financially compatible people.
Well, how do they?
I
You got
know.
to send them your credit report?
I don't know.
How do they verify
I
it?
have no idea.
No one would ever lie on a dating site.
Right?
There's no need to verify. I think most people would probably, or at least women would be more like, instead of verifying the credit score, why don't you verify their height? Peloton has increased its studio class limits for
Yeah.
booking purposes.
For booking purposes,
Yeah.
that's right. It had been 2 per day or 4 classes for as long as I can remember. Well, since they started having limits.
Right.
Now they are having 6 classes per bookable period. The interesting thing is, though, that you can still only have 2 per day. So yes, if you're staying for 3 days or longer, that's great for you.
Right.
But if you're only there for 2 days, it doesn't actually help you.
Gotcha.
It also does include waitlisted spots, always has. But interestingly enough, and this has always been the case, I feel like it's worth reminding people, though, it does not include standby spots. So if you're in the studio taking a class already, you can go up and get on the standby.
Okay.
And you can get as many of those as you want.
That
There's
makes
no
sense, I
limit.
guess.
It does make sense, but people underutilize it. And,
Right.
and I get why they do.
Because you don't want to bank on it.
And you don't want to sit at the studio all
Right,
day
yeah.
waiting for a maybe.
Yeah.
Like, it's totally understandable.
Let's go get something at Hudson Yards to eat.
So, well, you can only do that at PSNY.
Yeah.
Can't do that in London.
Well, there's all sorts of things around that London studio.
There are.
That's true.
I mean, that little, I can't think of it. Covent Gardens has a
Yeah.
ton.
Yeah.
Ton. It's like basically a mall.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit of an outdoor.
However, they say mall in British.
Yeah. And this is for Thursday through Monday. So you can have 2 classes per day or 6 classes per bookable period, and they include that to be Thursday through Monday. Obviously, in the UK, there is no classes on Monday, so Thursday through Sunday. So, yeah.
And Sunday, you can get standby for the lobby.
Yeah, you can hang out in the lobby. So I guess it's really Thursday through Saturday.
Peloton Run Club is kicking off race week in Melbourne.
Yeah, this is interesting. So race week in Melbourne is not running. Race week in Melbourne is the car racing. And it's called the Visa Cash App Racing Bulls.
Is it like Formula One, that thing?
I truly do not know what this is. I have no idea. The event, dubbed Race Week Victory Lap, is a collaboration between Peloton and Visa Cash App Racing Bulls. I assume that's a racing team in Australia. It is going to be taking place in Melbourne, as said. It's going to be a formation lap yoga flow led by Kira Michelle, and then there's going to be a 5K outdoor run with every club member. Every Run Club Melbourne, and that's going to be led by Jon Hoskin, Eric Yeager, and Tim Robards, who's going to be there, who is the guest instructor.
For Australia.
Yes.
Yeah.
You do have to get tickets. You can't just show up.
Gotcha.
That won't work. But I get the impression this is all about like cars, not about running.
It's not a marathon.
No,
Yeah.
no. And I don't know much about it. So that's why I'm kind of curious. I don't know if anybody follows racing and knows what that looks like in Australia. If you know more, I'd love to learn about it because I did not do my research. so yeah.
It's kind of sports. So
I think I'm saying this right. It's just that everything is about running, so I'm just not confident that I have it down right. Because,
yeah, no, that's fair.
But when I hear that it's called the Cash App Racing Bulls, doesn't that sound like a car thing? That doesn't sound like a running
You don't
thing.
normally refer to running as racing,
Right?
unless it's like the Olympics and but you
Yeah.
don't normally think of a marathon as a race necessarily. I mean, I know it is for like the elites, but for most people, it's you're out there competing against yourself.
I just have lots of questions. And this is going to be taking place on March 4th. I mentioned that because Jon Hoskin is going to be a busy guy because he is then in New York not long after that.
His Google Map recap for March is going to look crazy.
It's going to be crazy.
He's all over the globe.
All over.
Yeah. They're gonna send him an alert. Like, did someone steal your phone? What is happening?
You okay, John?
Peloton in court.
The Peloton Bike Plus trademark suit. This has been going on for a while.
Yeah.
Peloton keeps winning it.
And they keep going.
But it keeps going back to court, and they keep winning. So it went back to court.
But this time it was the Supreme Court.
And yes, and the Supreme Court said, why are you wasting our time with this shit?
I mean, really, have you seen the state of the world? Have you seen the shit we're weighing in on?
We have a country to destroy. We don't have time for trademark suits over Bike Plus. So they said, we're not going to look at this, which effectively ends the appeal process.
That's it, right? There's no more. I mean, they could start over.
I don't know that they can really.
I don't know.
I mean, I guess lawyers can always find some sort of way, but the summary of this seems to indicate that it's pretty much over. That Peloton has won. The lower court ruled in their favor.
And that means they get to use all the Bike Plus branding.
Correct. And that the people who claimed to own the Bike Plus brand, who hadn't used it in years and weren't really using it the same way, they were like, this isn't creating confusion. Peloton's fine. And then they appealed and appealed and appealed, and they've lost at every level. So now, presumably, it is over.
Sorry, World Champ Tech. It's over.
What you going to do?
Yeah. Started back in 2020.
Wow. That's a long time.
Yeah. My God. It's been going on since the pandemic.
Yeah.
Jesus, that was like a lifetime ago.
It was. Coming up after this, we're going to take a look at what position Peloton is hiring for now. We'll have some instructors in the news, talk about who's going to be a big old movie star. look at upcoming artist series, all that sort of stuff. So stick around.
Peloton now hiring.
If you are tired of AI, do I have bad news for you? Peloton is hiring an AI engineer. I'm
Yeah.
surprised only one.
Well, specifically one, but
They
that
used
doesn't.
AI to replace all the other AI engineers. So they only need one now.
Wow. So they want to build a rock solid AI architecture that's open, secure, and scalable. So it's not just AI, it's also going to be engineering. So it's an interesting mix of roles. It's also an interesting way. It's an interesting illustration of how companies are using AI to further what they're trying to do, but do it faster.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see what Peloton does here. It really will.
Yeah.
There's going to be agentic. There's going to be guide versus control mindset. So in other words, you're building something that's secure but also is able to empower others. The reason that's so interesting to me specifically is that the AI world is the next generation of AI is being built by AI.
Yeah.
And so I find it fascinating that right here in the role, they say you have to build it secure like that, because they're saying you have to build it in such a way that it can still be controlled. That's important today, now more than ever. I don't know how you guarantee that control. That is going to be interesting to see how it goes down. Not just with Peloton, the world.
Yes.
But here we are. So
We shall see. If we live long enough.
yeah, exactly.
And not because it will take that long, because it might kill us all.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to be clear.
Cheers.
Instructors in the news.
Cody Rigsby has been cast in a Hollywood movie.
He's going to go to Hollywood.
Yeah.
He's going to be a Hollywood star.
It looks like it's a smaller independent movie, but it's a debut feature directing from a woman named Josie Andrews. It's called, I'm not exactly sure. It looks like it says Bach Shit Crazy, B-A-C-H, but I think it's probably actually pronounced Batch Shit Crazy.
As in short for...
Bachelorette Party, because it's
Gotcha.
about a bachelorette party. Follows a tight-knit group of college friends reuniting for yet another bachelorette weekend. This time a lavish ski chalet owned by the bride's ultra-wealthy fiance. So
Interesting.
it's got some people that have been in some things. Sydney Elizabeth Agudong, I hope I'm saying that right. She was Lilo and Stitch. She's
Oh.
Lilo's older sister, legal guardian. Basically, what if you'd never seen it, you probably thought it was her mother. It's actually her older sister.
Okay.
And then somebody from Reno 911, Thomas Lennon, somebody who was in Severance. So somebody from
interesting.
Honora. So there's not necessarily household names, but people who have definitely been working in some upper echelon stuff in the entertainment world. So
And a comedic slasher. There's a lot more of these lately. That seems to be a big thing.
Yeah.
So I'm not really a fan of this genre. I mean, but I'm curious what it will do out there
Yeah.
in the world. Either way, it's definitely an interesting turn. I feel like Cody keeps trying to get further and further into this world and succeeding,
right.
which is pretty cool.
And the fact that he's listed in the cast announcement makes me think it's not another, like, somebody's using the Peloton and you cut to a cameo of an
Oh,
instructor.
I totally agree.
Like, it sounds like this is actually,
He's got lines.
he's got lines. He's not playing Cody Rigsby, would be my guess.
I agree.
Or even a fictionalized version of Cody Rigsby. Like, it sounds like he's actually, like, has a role.
And do you think that this name of this movie will stay the same, or do you think it's going to change?
I think it will change.
I hate it.
It's an awful name. If it is supposed to be batch shit, like, nobody's going to say batch. They're going to see that and think the word Bach.
Only young kids will know that.
Yeah.
Like, I
Although
think-
sometimes with, like, horror movies, they don't care about the old.
That's true.
Right?
That
Like,
is very true.
You know, those things are targeted towards.
I'll have to ask Sydney and Brian
Yeah.
if they know how to say that name,
Yeah.
because I don't think they are in that world and will pay any attention and be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. I will also say there is a company that plans bachelorette parties already called batch shit crazy. So, like, that could also present a problem for them. So I would not be surprised if before this film is released, it has a name change. But we shall see.
We shall.
Good news for Nico Sorani. Well, yeah, it's good news.
It's good news.
She wanted to come back to the United States, so she is getting to come back to the United States. Right now, I don't know if coming back to the United States is good news for anybody, but she's getting to, and I'm glad that her visa problems have been resolved.
I agree. No word yet when she'll be back on the schedule, but she is en route. Well, she's probably here by now, but when she posted, she was en route to the United States. So,
Yes, so
congrats to Nico for being able to do her job again.
Yes. Oh, what a nightmare.
Yeah.
Jon Hoskin is coming to PSNY, as we alluded to earlier in the program.
Yeah, he's going to be here in March, right after he does his Australia trip, and he's going to be here from the 19th through the 22nd.
And whatever you do, don't ask him what time it is.
He won't know.
He'll have no idea.
None.
He'll be like, I have no idea. All I know is the sun's up. Or not. I don't even know that.
He's a delightful guy, though, so I hope some of you were able to snag classes with him because he's just very entertaining and charismatic, like in person. So what a treat to have any of the instructors from the UK over here and Germany.
Becs Gentry was featured in People magazine.
I thought this was really cool, just because Becs hasn't been featured in People magazine like 10,000 times like some of the other instructors.
Yeah.
And it's talking about, I think this is probably precipitated because of her recent global ambassadorship through Hoka, because it mentions that in the byline. But it's about her balancing motherhood, supporting her partner who also runs a lot.
Yeah.
And then also ultra marathon training. Like that is a lot on one person's plate.
For sure.
Not to mention, doesn't even have in here, she does her, she's the co-host on the New York Roadrunners podcast called Set the Pace. So she is a busy gal.
That's a lot to do.
It is a lot to do.
Robin Arzon, speaking of someone who does a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they all do a lot, but even by Peloton instructor standards.
Robin is, yeah.
Robin Arzon's Project Swagger podcast is live and available for download. I don't know where you get podcasts, though. Do you have any idea where you find them?
I think you can find them in places like Spotify.
I think you can get them.
I think there's an Apple podcast thing.
Wherever you get podcasts is where you find them.
Congrats to Robin that it is live. I thought this was fun. We tried this for a hot second, but nobody used it.
Well, we're not Robin Arzon.
We are not.
Yeah.
We are not. But she has a phone number that listeners can leave voice messages with questions. And she wanted it to kind of feel like an old school radio show vibe. So when she did her images for the press of it, that's why she's on the phone.
Yeah.
That's kind of a nod to that. So I thought that was kind of fun. And yes, she already has had messages and answered those questions. We were not successful with that.
They had probably seeded that, like had people call.
Yeah.
Like just.
Oh, I'm sure they did. I'm sure. Yeah.
Today's world, you're like, here's the number to call for the podcast, and people just text it.
Yeah.
It bounced back. I don't understand what's happening here.
Yeah.
Kristen McGee has dropped a new book.
Yeah, this was kind of out of nowhere. Because the reason I say that is she just had a book come out.
Yeah.
It was all those Soma exercises. So that's why I say this is kind of out of nowhere. But the hardcover is out on February 24th. The name of the book is The Treat Yourself Philosophy. It's a guilt-free guide to prioritizing yourself. So that is available for pre-order, and I think that's great for Kristen. She is really on a roll between tonal and doing all the different yoga events that she's been doing and having her own website. She's got so much going, and she handles it so beautifully and without being a jerk.
Those don't always go hand in hand.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
And she also doesn't have to mention Peloton's name to get attention, which I think is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peloton Artist Collaborations.
A new month is almost upon us, which means we have a whole crop of new artist series.
We do, But I got to say, this whole crop really just means 2. It seems that Peloton has gone from having 1 a week to 1 every other week, which is fine.
Yeah.
It's a finite number of artists that
Right.
you can highlight.
Yeah.
But it was really nice because we had this carousel and it was 4 weeks and we did all 4.
And I got to make a new carousel.
We can't even use, there's no point in a carousel. It's just a slide. It's
It's
just
more like if it's 2, it's
Right.
it's more like a seesaw.
Exactly.
Went from a
There's
carousel
no
to a
point.
seesaw.
There's no point. So that's okay, though. I am really looking forward to one of these, Olivia Dean. I have heard her music. It has infiltrated my Spotify.
Yeah.
And I really like her stuff. So she's going to be there. And then there's going to be Carol G, which I don't know very much about, but I know we have highlighted her in some of the summer classes whenever they had the music festival thing that Peloton did. She was featured a couple of times, but she does reggaeton and Latin trap.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah, my Spotify is a closed ecosystem.
I know.
It stops at 2004.
Yeah, this weekend after 18 hours in the car, I was like, can we please listen to something else?
In my 19 hours of classic rock.
I was like, I think if I hear the song one more time, I'm going to scream.
I don't know that you did hear the same song twice because it's a pretty long
It is
playlist.
a long playlist.
But you were hearing the same types of and same artists.
When you're in the same genre, it starts to sound very similar,
Yeah.
even though they are different songs.
Yeah.
And really, it's just that you've been listening to that playlist for a while now,
Yeah.
so that's why it felt like I
It's
had
an
heard
easy
it.
go-to.
It is, and
Yeah.
it's a good playlist. I have no problem with it. It was just
A lot.
really long drive.
Yes. It's 8 hours each way, so
Yeah.
there was a lot of car time.
Past guest update.
So we have a not so great past guest update. We talked about this a couple weeks ago, and now we have results. But Snooki has been diagnosed with cancer.
The good news, the positive side of it is it's stage 1.
Very early in.
Very early
so
in.
it should theoretically be very treatable.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. But she has been diagnosed with cervical cancer, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce what that's called. But she said that they're going to have to do another biopsy just to confirm it, and that's not fun. So I'm sorry
Yeah.
for her. That's really uncomfortable.
Yeah, so hopefully that all works out.
Yes, I hope so.
Checking out the competition.
SoulCycle has partnered with Loop earplugs.
Yeah, I was kind of fascinated by this.
I guess they figure you don't want to listen to those instructors.
Well, earplugs don't block out everything. They
No, I
just
Dampen
it.
the noise.
I actually got kind of a little bit of a hand slap, of voice hand slap from my doctor recently because he was asking if I had any hearing problems. I was like, well,
You're like, what?
I was like, I can never hear in a crowded room. And he was like, well, why is that? And I'm like, I assume I've listened to too much loud music. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
not the doctor. And then he was like, well, do you use ear protection now? And I was like, sure, I do. Yeah. But it's not that big of a deal. So I don't know why I don't. It's just another thing to have to worry about. But anyway, these earplugs, Loop earplugs. Now, my daughter has these, but she uses them for to block out
Like sensory stuff.
Yeah. Especially when she's taking tests, she finds these very helpful. But I thought it was interesting that SoulCycle is specifically teaming up with Loop because you're going into studio to get a live experience, and then SoulCycle is like, here's these loops you should put in to dampen the experience. I do not think it's negative that people are protecting their ears.
Right.
I think it's fascinating that SoulCycle is pushing it because they could just turn down the music.
Right. Yeah. I get, as someone who books concerts, obviously I've inflicted a lot of loud music on people throughout my life,
including
right?
yourself.
Yeah. But the venue or the promoter don't really control the volume level. That's controlled by the band.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, if SoulCycle, but I guess it's one of those things where some people like it, some people don't, and it's a way to,
Yeah, and it says here it's a way to protect their ears while still feeling the beat, which is true. You still get the bass and everything. So I don't know. I just kind of found the whole thing fascinating, and I think it feels to me like SoulCycle just desperately needs
attention.
Yeah. That's really what it felt like to me.
Yeah.
Somebody came to them and they were like, yeah, we would love somebody to pay attention to us. Yes, let's do this partnership. That's what it felt like to me.
Yeah. There's a comment on the Instagram that I feel I need to point out.
Okay.
Because it's just so stupid.
Oh, okay. I want to hear this.
It's from an Instagram user, and I'm just going to say their handle, Food Trainers.
Oh, dear.
And she's a nutritionist, and she says,
Oh, God.
great, but if they're just offering them now, it's been 20 years of hearing loss.
See, this is hits and misses. This is a great example.
Of like
you're an idiot.
Okay, Food Trainer, you dipshit. I've eaten like shit my entire life. I'm going to go see my nutritionist. Well, why bother now?
Yeah, that's
Like,
the
right-
attitude.
Like this, that's literally your job, is helping people who have maybe not been making the best choices for a long period of time.
Yep.
And now you're going to shame them for making the right choice now.
Yep.
Oh my God, you're so stupid.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, some days I just hate people.
Yep. I do every time I open up the internet.
Yeah. Well, coming up after this, we're going to talk about content. There's so many classes to choose from. We will help highlight the ones that we think will benefit you the most and that you will enjoy the most. So stick around, won't you?
New content.
It is time for the TCO Top 5. You have told us your favorite classes, and here they are. Number 1, your favorite theme ride.
It was a 60-minute 80s ride taught by Sam Yo on February 20th. And Sarah Andre Sale is the one who nominated this. She said it was 4 blocks of a coming-of-age storyline without too much talking, paired perfectly to awesome 80s music. The ride flew by, and even if 80s isn't your decade, the memories and stories are totally relatable. That sounds really fun.
Yeah.
I really love Sam's ability to be creative all the time. It's really great.
Yeah, it's so weird to think, as someone who grew up in the 80s, right? And back then, the oldies were the 60s.
Can we not have this conversation?
And that was only 20 years
I know.
previous.
Because 20 years ago is the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And that's not oldies.
It'd be like if I was a kid, people hearkening back to the 40s.
Yeah.
It's,
Damn, we're old.
I know.
Yeah.
Number 2, your favorite sculpt flow. I believe, is this a first timer?
No,
Greta Top?
it is not.
She's been on it before? Oh, okay.
She made it onto the TCO Top 5 her first week.
Oh.
Yeah.
And she peaked early and hasn't been back. So I'm glad to see her regaining form and making her way back to the TCO Top 5.
Well, she taught a class on February 19th called the 30-Minute Sculpt Flow. And Peyton Grover said her class from last week in particular was challenging and a great burn, but also so fun. The playlist was great too. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah. Number 3, your favorite low impact ride.
So this was taught in February of 25. So we're going back a little.
Okay.
It was a 30-minute low-impact ride taught by Ben Aldis. Joni Robertson nominated this class, and she said his music was so inspiring to me. And about 3/4 of the way through the ride, I love that he mentioned John Foley and his vision that got this company up and running.
Oh, and it hasn't been purged.
This got me out of my head fog, and I went on to begin Ben's strength program for cyclists. Great way to begin the week.
Number 4, your favorite walk run.
Okay, so this was taught by Kirsten Ferguson, and it was a 30-minute Destiny's Child walk plus run. Laura Paletta Hobbs nominated this class, and she said I felt like the playlist was fabulous, and I wanted to sing the whole time, which made it fly by.
And finally, the class so difficult you dare not stack it. It's number 5, your unstackable.
It was a 90-minute long run taught by Mariana Fernandez. We had several people nominate this class. It was featured on it was taught on the 19th of this month. Jennifer Anderson said it was the first time I've run for that long, and I'm still feeling it. The playlist was fire. Karen Smith said, second vote for this. Mariana doesn't have a bad class, but this one was so good. I love the structure of this run, and I like how she built some moving meditation moments as well. Julie Benson said, I third this. She made it fly by, and her format, conversation, and music were so good. I haven't gotten to take it yet, but Mariana really doesn't have a bad class. And 90 minutes is delightful. Just delightful.
Taking a look at this week at Peloton, we have some scenic meditations.
So, scenic meditations, there's a new one with Aditi, and it is called a 10-minute happiness meditation, and it is from the Las Terrenas Beach. Doesn't that sound, it just sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
So that'll be dropping this week. And then, I thought there were others. I'm sorry. Never mind. Just
Yeah,
kidding.
there's just
that
the one.
Just that one.
Yeah. We have a hike with Jermaine.
We do. Yeah. It's going to be a 20-minute hike, and it dropped on demand on the 24th of this week.
Rebecca Kennedy has a 60-minute full body strength.
Yep. That is going to be dropping on February 26th, and it will actually be live.
Christine Dierkele has more sprint interval training.
This one is a 45-minute ride, and it is going to be live on Friday, February 27th.
And then the TCO radar, classes that are on our radar, and we think they should therefore be on yours. We have some Black History Month classes coming up.
We do. Week 4 has a hip-hop ride with Cliff, a R&B run with Marcel Dinkins, and a hip-hop ride with Alex.
Asal has German pop core strength.
Yeah, it's a 20-minute, and it's a new BPP collection. I can't remember how to pronounce it in Germany, but it's like stomach, and like it's the words for stomach, arms, legs, or something like that. Stomach, arms, butt. I'm sure somebody's yelling at me right now. Sorry,
Head,
guys.
shoulders, knees, and toes.
Yeah, it's
knees
that.
and toes. Yeah. Katie Wong has a row boot camp.
60 minutes of a row boot camp. You must really love to row.
Yeah.
Because an hour is a long time. And these are very popular. Not the first, and I'm sure it won't be the last.
Matt Wilpers has a 30-minute hip-hop run.
This will be an interesting one. Elizabeth always writes these, and she loves hip-hop. So I'm really curious to hear what songs will be on this playlist.
I'm just picturing the entire class is just the grandma doing the Sugar Hill Gang song. That's for 30 minutes just on a loop. That's all you get. Charlotte Wiedenbach has a 90-minute Power Zone endurance ride.
She does. This is her first 90-minute ride.
Yeah.
So that's a huge deal. Congrats to Charlotte, and I hope people get a chance to take that class with her live.
Iconos Latinos is returning this weekend.
Yeah, there's going to be classes by Rad, Camila, and Mariana. They're going to be dropping on the 28th and March 1st. This series actually launched back at the end of 2023, so that's fun to see it return for another installment.
And Allie Love has recently returned from her maternity leave. She has a feel-good ride.
Yeah, and she hasn't had one of these for a while, but not only that, it's a 60-minute feel-good ride, which I don't know that there's ever been one.
Oh, really?
I think, there's been feel-good rides, but I don't think there's ever been a 60-minute. I could be wrong, because I don't take those classes, so I might have missed one.
It's hard to feel good for that long. Let's
just look around.
Yeah.
Watch the news.
And Ash Pryor has a 45-minute row class coming up.
Yeah, it's going to be on March 22nd, so make sure you keep an eye out for that. If you are a person who enjoys the longer row classes, that'll be a fun one to take.
Yeah. Hey, if you're a fan of Stranger Things, just an FYI, that class is about to go away.
On the 28th, it's going.
So that's the day this episode drops.
No, it drops on the 27th.
It's the day after this episode drops.
You can see why I'm in charge of all the things.
Yes. Whoops.
It was close.
That's why we have you here.
But point being, there's not much time left.
Right.
That's it. It's going away.
The clock is ticking.
Yep.
Peloton is launching a Pilates challenge.
Yeah, so they put one of these out last month, but they have announced that their Peloton is going to be including the Pilates challenge in their monthly challenge every month now. So that's another challenge you can get. And keep in mind, that's another 10 points for your Club Peloton.
Ooh.
So if you do it, you have to at least be part of it to get it. And you have to at least hit like the lowest badge to be able to count that 10 points. So
Gotcha.
hit a little bit of all the classes. That's my recommendation.
There's a new program out there for people, Road to Recovery ACL.
Yeah, people are super excited about this. Jess Sims is leading the class. It's going to be multiple instructors, though, and it's 4 phases. So this class is this program, rather, is kind of long. There's going to be, like I said, 4 different phases. It's going to have Nico, Sorani, Cody Rigsby, Dennis Morton, Alex Toussaint. There's going to be some other classes, too. And then I'm trying to find where it says like it breaks it down. 3 weeks is going to be 15 classes. 6 weeks, there's 31 classes. Then there's another 6 weeks with 30 classes. And then the final phase is going to be another 6 weeks with another 30 classes. So that's a lot of classes.
That is a lot of classes.
And so that's 18, 19, 20, 21 weeks of classes.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that might be the longest program Peloton has ever done.
That's quite a bit.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex K and Ash Pryor have a 2-for-1.
They do. This is a big deal. Roe doesn't get as many 2-for-1s, number one.
Yeah.
And number two, this is going to be Alex and Ash, which is just a really fun combination that we have not seen before. So I'm really looking forward to this.
Asal and Mila, speaking of 2-for-1s, have one for Women's History Month.
Yeah, that's going to be on March 8th, I believe. And I am really looking forward to that. It'll be in German, but it'll be just the two of them doing that class. And that is going to be a ride for both of them.
Okay.
So.
And then finally, the Clip Out has an article just kind of looking at Peloton's progression rides.
Yeah, a lot of people aren't really familiar with these, don't really know what they are. There's a whole collection that just dropped, though, and you are able, the point of these classes is that you are able to do a steady effort that slightly increases throughout the ride.
Mm-hmm.
Very similar to a progression run, but it's done on the bike. So that helps you increase your aerobic gains, and this whole article breaks it down.
Awesome. Well, that's over on the Clip Out or in the show notes, or I'll email if I remember to send it out.
We'll see.
Yeah. So there are no birthdays this week, so that brings this episode to a close. Until next week, where can people find you?
People can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/Crystal D. O'Keefe. They can find me on Blue Sky, Threads, Instagram, and the Peloton Leaderboard at Clip Out Crystal.
And you can find me on Threads and Blue Sky at Tom O'Keefe Jr. or on Facebook at facebook.com/Tom O'Keefe. You can find the show online at facebook.com/The Clip Out. While you're there, like the page, join the group, and of course, don't forget our Patreon, patreon.com/The Clip Out, where for $5 a month, you get ad-free episodes, early episodes, and all sorts of bonus content. So join us, won't you? So yeah, so that's it for this one. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, keep pedaling.
And running.
And row.
Bye, guys.
Bye.